sounded like a choo-choo train. Every little step was like toot, toot, toot.
What was that?
It was because burritos. I cannot eat burritos.
What was in the burrito?
Refried. They're the worst, the refried.
Oh, it's the refried beans. Those are the only ones I can eat.
I can't eat. What is a crop duster, by the way? Someone yelled out crop duster.
Oh, I don't think we can say that on public access.
Oh, hello. Welcome again to another edition of Let's Talk About That. I'm your host, Dot, and this is Bea.
Hi, everybody.
And we have a wonderful show. Bea, I bet you know what I'm going to say.
Please tell me we have a new record.
We do. We have 37 letters and 138 electronic mail messages. That beats our show about making macrame from old shoelaces, hands down.
Hard to believe, isn't it?
Well, to think that there was so much interest in those organic toys.
Oh, Hannah Handy was wonderful, wasn't she?
Oh, she was. And so many different shapes and sizes. I never knew they made them like that.
Yeah, me either. I really feel like they touched a nerve, or touched themselves.
Well, let's read one of the letters. Oh, here's one. This one is from a Miss Britney Spears of Burlingame, California.
Oh, wow.
And Miss Spears says she'd like to share how she made a Ben Way necklace out of cherry tomatoes.
Oh,
did I say that right?
No,
Ben Way?
It's Benoit, but I don't think you want to read that one out loud, Dot.
We have a lot of people who make their own jewelry on our show. Why would we not want to make a necklace?
I don't think you know what a Benoit necklace is. Okay,
A necklace with cherry tomatoes? How?
Here.
Oh, cherry tomatoes.
Mm-hmm. You see how it strengthens the walls of the vagina?
Bea, I think you need to contact Dr. Martha for her show on SEX After 60. Give it to her.
Well, how come she gets all the good stuff? Every time we get an interest-ringing response on this show, you give it and just hand it off to her, like she's the only one that can handle this type of topic. Well, how about us? How about we can actually handle...
I think you just need to calm down and drink a little bit of hot chocolate. That's all you need to do right now. And that'll calm your nerves.
Dot, if I have one more sip of hot chocolate, I'm going to Cocoa Puffs like the Nesquik bunny.
Well, try some crushed nutmeg. That always does the trick for me. I carry it everywhere I go. Here, I use a pepper shaker, and I put some nutmeg in it. Try it. It works every time.
Well, if you think it'll help calm my nerves, I'm willing to try anything at this point.
Try, give it a taste. And if that doesn't work, I know something that will work. Our topic for the show...
A Chippendale?
No, how to make a mold of your partner.
Oh. I thought we weren't allowed to do that.
I talked to Bill. Bill insisted, and we just had to set some ground rules.
Like what?
Nothing below the waist.
Great.
Okay.
A ballpark Frank without Frank.
Please welcome Mr. Tom of Folsom. Hello.
Thank you for having me on your show today.
So lovely to have you. Take a seat. Now, Mr. Tom of Folsom, you're from San Francisco. Is that the same Folsom as the Folsom Street Fair every year where they bring all those lovely, set up those booths and sell the leather crafts?
Oh, well, if you consider whips and harnesses crafts, then yes, you would be correct.
Oh, is there livestock too?
Well, mostly pigs, if you know what I mean.
Well, pigs. That sounds like a wonderful, good old country time.
Oh, my Harry says he used to go every year before we got married. I wonder why he hasn't taken me.
Well, why exactly do they call you Tom of Folsom? That seems like a very formal title.
That's a great question, and thank you so much for asking. It's actually a play on Tom of Finland. Tom of Finland, the fabulous artist who did all that fantastic homoerotic fetish art?
No, I haven't heard of him. Have you heard of him?
You haven't heard of him? Well, ladies, his work is iconic.
Maybe you could show us.
In fact, you might be familiar with his style already. Here, recently, Finland even honored him with his own postage stamp.
Oh, actually, that's quite a handsome man.
Oh, he is rugged and handsome.
You know, that photo on the stamp reminds me of those cowboys from the 1970s who smoked the cigarettes.
The old Marlboro ads.
The Marlboro ad.
Yes.
Those handsome cowboys. Sort of like Mr. Tom of Folsom, but he's not wearing those leather cutout things.
Oh, those are called chaps, dear. And here, you'll see some. Keep flipping.
Oh, yes. There's the man wearing the chaps next to the horse, but
Wait, but
he's not wearing any underpants. I think you might have showed me the wrong photograph.
No. Listen, that's not an accident that he's not wearing his pants. You might say this fellow prefers to ride bareback, as it were.
oh. Wait, but why is that man inspecting that other man's boot? Did he step on some gum?
And why isn't this man wearing a shirt? It's obviously very cold in Finland. The air must be very nipply. Oh, I meant nippy, and I said nipply.
It's very funny.
LOL.
It's so funny.
Oh my goodness! You know, because that man's nipples were sticking
funny.
out
It's so
because
funny.
of the cold weather.
We got it, Dot!
Did these men come from the beach? Because their pockets are full of sand or something.
Not
Their
sand,
pockets
Dot.
are full of sand. Look, they
not
go.
sand. Not sand. Their jeans are just a little too tight. See?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
You see it? You see it? Yeah.
I
That's
guess
pretty
that
nice,
doesn't
yeah.
leave much to the imagination, Bea, does it?
Makes you just want to reach out and give it a big squeeze.
Speaking of nippy weather,
Using both
now would be a wonderful time to talk about one of our sponsors, Bea. Bea, our sponsors.
Right, our sponsors. This part of the show is brought to you by the fine people at Nipple Mats. Nipple Mat silicone concealers give you a smooth look for a no-show through. The soft, flexible silicone clings gently to the skin, so comfortable you'll forget you're wearing them. Nipple Mats.
Prevent the embarrassment of nipples that insist on perking up at inconvenient and inappropriate moments.
Oh,
Smuggling raisins, high beams, a bit nibbly. Oh, that's what I said. That's what I said earlier when I said nibbly.
you got it.
Be a fashion diplomat with Niblomats. We're back, Mr. Tom of Folsom. Now, Tom of Folsom, that's so regal. You must be quite popular in your neighborhood to be compared to the famous Tom of Finland.
Well, let's just say that I service the entire community. And please, honey, call me Stretch.
Well,
Stretch.
That's very nice. We always like to promote community service on our
We
show,
do.
don't we, Dot?
We always promote
We always
servicing
promote
the community. We like that about you.
Now, why do they call you Stretch?
Well, perhaps my mold-making techniques will enlighten you.
Yes. Let's get on to the main topic of the
Yes,
show, how to
let's
make a
do
mold.
Shall we?
Yes.
I just love arts and crafts, Mr. Stretch. Especially when you can do it with a partner.
Well, the more hands, the merrier, I always say. Especially when they have opposable thumbs. All right, ladies, I think we have all the materials we need here now.
Yes, I believe we have everything we need. But where exactly do we begin here? You've got water, you've
That's
got red
right.
buddies.
That's right.
And what are these?
This is silicone powder. Now, we start by mixing up a concoction in equal parts, 1-to-1 ratio of silicone powder to water. And then we're going to mix it up real nice by putting them both into a bag. And then we're going to squish it up. Squish it and just keep kneading it until it's all homogenized into one smooth, sticky goop. Then, from there, we're going to make a mold, and we're going to have to act rather quickly because it does start to get hard after just a short amount of time. So let's begin, shall we? We're going to get our bags and start combining our mixtures.
It's sort of
got
a pretty purple.
Blue.
Yeah. Blue.
It's almost like there's some indigo dye in there. Wow.
That's lovely.
Very good. Fantastic. Now, we can use these very same containers to measure out the amount of liquid.
I'll wait for you so we can do it together.
That's right. It's always better to do it together. And
Thank
here
God we
are.
have you as a partner, Mr. Stretch.
You don't know how fun it is to have me as a partner. You should just ask some of the fellows on the Castro.
Oh.
If you ever get out there.
Are they as good as... I know my Harry used to go there all of the time.
Yeah. I hear it's very sensitive place.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there's that old Castro Theater. I love to watch, Marilyn Monroe and
It's
all
a bit
about
like
Eve,
Disneyland for a certain segment of the population, you might say.
I've heard of that. Oh, we should. Oh, what's this?
Oh, we'll get around to using that. That's just a little bit of lubricant for when we make the mold. Now, personally, I prefer Vaseline, but you can use any hand lotion or lubricant that you happen to have lying around. In fact, olive oil will even do the trick.
My Harry loves Crisco. He uses it for something that he won't tell me.
So men and their hobbies.
I know.
I wonder about your Harry.
This is exciting. I'm excited.
I'm really excited. I've always wanted to make a mold.
Make
right.
a mold.
Make a mold.
Now, ladies,
And it's so affordable. You can just go to the art store down on Folsom Street.
that's correct. Now, take these two containers of water,
Okay.
carefully holding the edge up.
You pour into your.
You don't want to make a sticky mess.
Oh.
Well, that depends. You might want to make a sticky mess. Squish all the air out the top. Cinch it up. And now you just start massaging it. There you go.
Squish
Squish it around.
It's
This isn't your
watertight.
first time, Stretch, is it?
Oh, no, in
I can
fact,
see you've
Your
squished a lot.
kneading
in your-
skills are unsurpassed.
used to be a masseuse.
Oh, really?
Make sure you get all the powdered medium mixed in
Oh, yeah, there's
with
some
the
dry-
liquid.
there's
It
some
needs
dry
to be
liquid over
nice
here.
and uniformly wet throughout. We can't have any
that
pockets.
how-
Feel how it runs between your fingers?
I
Oh,
like
it
it.
is. It's so malleable.
and it's like really, it's so
Now,
squishy,
ladies.
and you're not getting all sticky either.
We do have to act fast
Oh, okay.
because,
Okay, fast,
as
quickly.
I said,
And we have to get our hands ready too.
that's right. Where's our lubricant?
Right here.
Here you go. Now, while we're mashing this up, you want to have your partner lube up. Let's see what you're going to do here.
What,
it's a
should I
little
make
gooey.
it like a
No.
firm cloth?
I think you're probably going to want to make more of, there we go, a Boy Scout salute. Something like that
Boy
should
Scout-
do the trick.
Is it 2 or 3? I always forget.
Do I understand you have a daughter?
Yes, I have a daughter, but she's 2.
You had better make it 3.
Okay.
You'll thank me for it later. Trust me.
Okay, I'm going to do a 3-fingered Boy Scout salute. Let's get that goo in
All
there.
right, go ahead. I'll assist you here.
Ooh,
Oh, how does that
look
feel?
how gooey it
Forearms
is.
are just so firm.
Why, thank you.
My goodness.
They get a lot of workout.
I bet.
Now, you're going to want to keep your arm fairly still while it's in here,
Ooh,
or whatever body part you decide to mold, because you've got to give it time to set. Now, this silicone gel will take approximately 10 to 15 minutes to set. So
Is that all the goo?
you're going to have to keep your hand very still. There you go. Beautiful.
It's starting to set. I can feel it already.
And we're going to stick you in here. Come right over here, and I will pour it in for you.
into my.
You know, I'm not as creative as you, Dot. I think I'm just going to keep it a little bit more basic.
It's your body, honey. You do whatever tosses your salad, all right?
Mine's. Look at this. Mine's kind of stuck already.
Oh, don't you worry. We've got ventilation holes in the bottom, so when time comes, we'll be able to wiggle you out of there if necessary.
What exactly is that?
I'd like to show you an example. I heard you talking about vegetables earlier.
Oh my gosh,
We're
what is
going
that?
to use, when we fill these molds, a natural pigmentation called silk pig.
Oh.
I believe that's for silicone pigment. And we're going to use it to give a natural coloring to our prosthetics. As you can see in this case, I chose a delightful chocolate brown for this cucumber.
A chocolate brown cucumber.
That's a great color.
Oh, well, it just happens to be one of my favorite colors.
Oh, really?
Well, chocolate, I do have a weakness for chocolate.
Oh, it's a great earth tone. It's a great
Especially
earth
the
tone.
darker chocolate. Yeah,
Now,
you can look
ladies,
at the-
try not to move so much.
Okay.
Look at
It
you.
actually peels, it's starting to harden and it just peels right off when it's hard. Maybe we should let it get all rubbery.
You know, the very thought of silicone gets me hard.
Oh, it's got a nice smell to it too. I have a problem with goo on my face, but I can take goo on my hands.
You can take goo on
I
your
can
hands?
take goo on my hands.
I can't. This is killing me right now.
Really?
Yes.
It's just temporary goo.
I know.
It doesn't last very long.
I know. This is totally off topic, but I was dealing with some black mold spores yesterday in my bathroom. I
Oh.
sprayed a little bleach on the wall. It took care of it right away.
Oh,
It was great.
really?
It was.
You know, I
wonderful.
use Windex.
Oh,
Windex is so good.
for everything.
For everything.
Like that movie.
Remember when I had those two glasses stuck together and I used Windex to break them apart?
Oh,
And they made them shiny too.
wow. Two birds, one stone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Go on YouTube, and you can listen to all these video television shows about how good Windex is for a number of things.
You could just say internet.
Is that what they call it these days? They keep changing. It's like rock and roll bands.
Like the monkeys?
Now that's some real rock and roll music. When we grew up, it's the Brady Bunch, all Partridge Family, and the Monkees. There's no comparison.
I have such a soft spot for Hanson. Those boys are just too darn cute.
I like the Mandarin Hanson best.
Mandarin Hanson. I had never heard of that.
You can get it at any 7-Eleven or Safeway.
Oh.
I think mine's
don't
getting
think
sort
she's
of
talking about
Yes,
soda
that's,
pop.
That's what that I was talking about. Wasn't that what you were talking about?
I wasn't, but now I know where you were talking about.
Oh.
Are we good and firm now?
I
How does
think
it
I'm-
feel?
I think I'm ready to demold.
I think mine's a little...
I think I'm ready to
Chunky.
Oh, is that what
Shall
you
we
said?
demold at this
Okay.
point?
Let's demold.
All right. Now, what I'm going to need you ladies to do, I'll help you by holding the molds, is slowly
it
wiggle
sucks.
your hand out.
It's sucking me back in like
That's
quicksand.
right. You might notice a bit of suction. That's
Oh.
why we put the lubricant on there.
That. Oh, you left your ring on.
Oh,
Well,
no.
maybe that'll be cute.
Was I
Maybe
not
that'll be
supposed
cute.
to?
Oh, well, now that could
Oh,
be
it'll
a
be darling.
complication.
It'll be darling. We have the empty mold, and it just peels right off. Can you see that? This is my first hand mold. Look at that.
Your very first hand job.
Can you see?
Congratulations.
Yes, it is my first hand job. Is it your first hand job?
Well, I think mine needs a little work.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. You never know because you can't tell from the outside. Oh, there's more.
Of course, we're only halfway through.
Okay.
So far, we've made the molds. Now we've got to fill the molds. And this is another mixing process. This is compound B.
Okay.
And we're going to add just a little bit of pigment.
Oh, this is
okay.
the silk pig that you were referring to.
Oh, that's
is
some
it? It's not made
livestock.
out of pig, is it?
It's not made out of pig. In fact, it's merely a pigment. Think of it as a rubber-friendly paint.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Put that in there and mix it around.
Oh, look at that.
We're going to mix that around and get the color, the pigment, all thoroughly and uniformly in there.
What a beautiful shade.
Look at that.
Oh, that's mighty skin-like.
Next, we take compound A, which is our catalyst.
I was wondering where the A was because you started with B, and I was wondering if you would go to C
Maybe.
or go
Curious.
all the way
Let's
around
think
to
of the
A.
silk pig as C. Now we add compound A and go ahead and
can I
stir it
stir?
thoroughly. That's right.
Oh, okay.
Nice and even while I pour it in. This is time sensitive, so we do have to keep moving.
Oh, okay.
Mix gently. Gently. You don't want to work any unnecessary bubbles into there.
This is fun.
That's a lot of fun.
Do you want to stir a little bit?
I would love to stir some.
Okay, just 2 stirs.
Okay.
Okay, that's enough.
Pour it in nice
I've got a little
and
bubbles.
gentle.
Okay. And we do the same? for
That's
this?
right. You're
Okay.
going to do it to
Let's
each
do-
of them.
I'll just do this one first.
Start
Oh.
halfway and then move it around a little bit. You want to make sure, like this, and
Why?
rotate it. And the reason you
Oh.
do this,
It fills all the nooks and crannies
that's
that way.
right, you've got to get all the bubbles out of all the cavities.
Wow.
I think we made a little extra, but that's okay.
That's okay. We can save some.
Well, we're going to have more than enough for the 2 of them.
So it's a little, do I have to worry about being a little sloppy there, or is that?
No, you don't. We can trim that off in the end.
Good
Now,
to know.
this is going to take about half an hour to 45 minutes to set.
Wow.
So
That's
keep
not
it
long at
nice
all.
and still in the meantime.
We've got the goo, we've filled all the nooks and crannies. How long do we need to wait, and what do we do for these 2 molds?
Now we're going to need to let it wait and cure for approximately half an hour.
Oh, okay.
When that's
Okay.
done,
Do we have time to go get a cappuccino?
I believe we have time not only to get a cappuccino, but to clean our paws off.
Oh, let's go clean. We'll be right back. We're gonna go get cleaned up and we'll be right back.
Los correctores de silicón Diplomats dan una apariencia suave para no presentarse. Suave, flexible, se aferra suavemente a la piel, tan cómodo, te olvidarás que los llevas puestos. Evite la vergüenza de pezones que insisten en animarse en esos momentos inconvenientes y inapropiados. Pasas apretadas, altas vigas. A bit nipply?
You know, before Diplomat, I don't get any works, but now I get lots of works.
Sea un diplomata de modas con diplomates.
Gracias, Diplomat.
Mine came out really well.
We
This is
peel
wonderful.
off.
This is mine, right? I don't know.
Let's see how yours came out.
Peel away the mold. There we go.
Oh, it's
And
peeled away.
voila!
Oh my god. Oh, mine's ruined.
Oh, that's from the ring in there. But don't you worry, it's not ruined at all. Look what you've got here, honey. The shocker. You know, 2 in the pink, 1 in the stink.
Not sure.
Or, if you prefer, 2 in the stink.
Oh, and I'm definitely shocked, Mr. Stretch.
They look awfully realistic, but still, I'm not exactly sure what to do with mine.
Oh, I'm sure you'll come up with something.
This is the one you brought, right, Mr. Stretch?
That's correct, a personal favorite of
I'm
mine.
beginning to understand why they call you Stretch.
Oh, B, you know what I'm going to do?
What?
I am going to add a little bit of orange and yellow food coloring. I'm going to make I'm going to make, for this Thanksgiving, a cornucopia display. A horn of plenty.
Oh my.
With a
That's
pumpkin.
a fantastic idea. It's like a secret garden.
And your friends will never know what they're made of.
Or what they're made for.
Oh, Mr. Stretch. You know, they feel so natural.
They do.
That's right, they feel fantastic.
I don't know. Maybe if you stuck it in the refrigerator, like at the grocery store, the cold might make it.
Now, if you want a really exciting twist, stick them in the freezer after you've filled them with water. Now you've got a party, but of course, you've got to use them very quickly because they melt fast.
You know, that's absolutely lovely. He's talking about ice sculptures.
Dot, honey, I don't think Mr.
Yes,
Stretch
he
is
is.
talking about ice sculpture.
He's talking about filling the cavities with ice.
No.
So that you can put it with the...
See?
Oh, they're not.
They're not. No, see?
Sculptures.
Mhm, no.
B, is that what I think it is?
Like a popsicle? Or a poopsicle?
Sorry, ladies, those are from a personal album of mine. We had a private party over at my house and too many guests showed up. Everybody wanted to partake, so we had to improvise, so to speak.
Well, Mr. Stretch, I can see how staying cool from the inside out is very practical on a hot summer day.
Well, I hope you have a lot of wet ones because I can see how things can get mighty sticky.
Well, if you're concerned about things getting sticky, all you have to do is insert them in a condom and tie off the end. That'll keep it nice and clean.
Oh my gosh, you know, like a balloon almost.
That's right.
Oh my gosh, you can throw it in the freezer and you can reuse them again?
Oh,
that's
a
fabulous.
fantastic idea. I hadn't even thought of that. Though, of course, they might taste a little rubbery, if you know what I mean.
You know, I'd like to talk a little bit more about that, but we are just simply out of time.
Oh,
So why
that's
don't
too
we
bad.
pick the next topic for our next show?
yes, let's.
From the hat.
Oh, Mr. Stretch, will you do the honors?
I would love to. Thank you so much. Let's see what we've got here. How to make mind-blowing organic brownies with homegrown ingredients.
Oh my goodness!
Hey.
Oh my gosh!
Brownies
Bea,
thoughts.
let's talk to Bill. We should put a little
my gosh.
stove right here and make our brownies right here on the
right.
set.
Oh, do you
like
bake,
Julia.
Mr. Stretch? Oh, I love
Do I bake? Oh, how
Everyone
domestic.
bakes.
Of course not. My slaves bake for me.
Oh no.
However, do I get baked? Absolutely.
You're just being downright silly, Mr.
No
Stretch.
one's gonna stick you in the oven and make a brownie out of
Oh
you.
my gosh, can you imagine?
That's amazing.
Well, it would be an honor.
What are you gonna do with Easter egg oven?
Oh my
Easter egg oven. Oh, Bea.
Dot, if I have one more sip of hot chocolate,
Take a sip.
I'm going to Nestle Quick Bunnies all over the place.
Shit, Cocoa Puffs like Jesse. Although you can whatever you want. You can choose it. Okay, let's pick it up like...